All right, welcome everybody to the Bookmap Academy. Uh, and thanks for being flexible on this. I'm away on Thursday and for a meeting on site, so I couldn't host the Thursday webinar. I couldn't host the Thursday, and and I couldn't host it last weekend or last Thursday either. So Dan and I decided, well, let's try to get it up and running this week, maybe on Tuesday or Friday. And then the other coaches said, no, 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 Friday's no good. So here we are. So thanks for coming. And if you're new here to the program, let me show you where you can register for it. If you go to bookmap.com and click on the More button up here, you'll see the information here under Bookmap Academy. And you go through a whole process in here, and you can read through the steps to get involved. Anyway, there's no cost to it, and in fact, you can get Bookmap for free if you create great content and meet a threshold of just one piece of content per day. A few news items, and then we'll jump in. So we're having our monthly, or this month we're doing our Blue Jacket competition. You can win the coveted new Blue Jacket Bookmap hoodie. And all you have to do is take a screenshot of your content marked up and then upload it to X, Instagram, or LinkedIn with the hashtag #FreeBlueJacket, and you can win over $600 in subscription value. Everyone here in the pilot program, as well in the Bookmap Academy, you might as well do it. You're doing the content anyway, so go for it. And spin it out as well. So I encourage you. There's no maybe a little extra effort to do that. You guys know the pilot program. Like I will have updates on this very, very soon. Working on it right now, and we'll have a new name, and it might have the same kind of pilot theme here, but we'll see. Anyway, more updates on this. It's an edge building program or process. And it's the biggest kind of gap that I've seen, that traders are told they need an edge, but they don't know how to build it. And they just go from setup to setup to setup. Win, lose, move on to the next one, win and lose, and move on to the next one. And we all know we need to have an edge. We just don't know how to quite do it. This process will go through it. And then our Bookmap Academy process in here, and we do this during the live webinars, or at least I do for the live webinars. It's the same process we use in the Academy here. 1, 2, and 3 are usually not covered too much in the content that you guys are marking up, but it should be like implied, or it should be in there that what's the impetus moving the market? Is it tariffs? Is it earnings? Is it fundamental data? What is it? Or maybe it's a big technical level, or maybe both or all. And we want to know that, though, because that makes things much, much easier. Then we're looking at our key levels. Where do we want to deal? How are other traders dealing at those levels? And then we start to go through the scenarios and strategies, start to build those out. If you see pullbacks to an area and you're bullish due to the market impetus, well, then you want to go through scenarios of buying the bottom edge, or maybe look for continuation patterns. That's finally when we get down to the setups, and you're going to try to read all these things from 1, 2, and 3 to put it into your setup. The setup you should know. It should be like something like the back of your hand, and you know exactly what you're looking for in your checklist. You grade it, and you start to determine how much risk you want to put on it. Okay, if it's not a good setup, you're not going to put much on it. You see a great setup, well, you might want to put a lot more on it. Anyway, this is the art form in here with the determining the sizing, etc. And the risk reward and grading it. Then it comes down to order flow events for your execution, your management, and this is the insight that Bookmap can really assist you with. Anyway, let's go through a few disclosures and we'll jump right in. General disclosure, all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure, trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, so let's see. Who do we have in today, and content to go through? Okay, so let's see. We have some of the pilot program coaches in here, so I'll invite you guys up to the stage. We got well, Laura, you like to text or use the chat, but we got Shark, so I'll invite you up. We got DNT in here. Where's DNT? I do not see you, DNT. And trading is life. He usually comes in a little later. Oh, there you are. Okay, got you. And yeah, come on up. And I don't see DNT at the moment. Okay. All right. So, oh, he's on vacation. All right. Well, thank you, Laura. So the first things first. So, you know, there's some really dedicated people in the pilot program. And I want to go through their content first. I'd like to start there. And I would like to start with someone who's been doing a lot. And I think they've been getting a lot from it. And that's Robert. So let's invite him up to the stage here, Robert S. And we'll actually, I don't know if I want to start with this one. Some other ones in here we have. And maybe we go with another one. I mean, you have so much content. You've been getting quite a bit out of this. And I do want to mention, though, like at some point here, when you're starting to look at some of these in here and these kind of nuances, you're already at that level. So anyway, let's start with this one here, I think, which is kind of a funny one. But anyway, we'll start with this one, and then we'll move onward. So let's see. Robert, if you would like, just if your mic is working, then just walk us through, you know, this here, and then we'll give some feedback to you. Yeah, cannot hear you. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, Shark. Okay, so looks like Robert is going to rejoin here. Give him a minute. And Lo, you are up next. Yeah, the chart bottom is not visible. I can scroll. So this is what we got. Okay, there's Robert. Invite him up.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, guys.
Hello. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Sorry for my English because I'm not native speaker. I don't know if I will be able to communicate with you, but I will try.
Well, it sounds pretty good so far. So sounds great. Anyway, you've been really marking up some great charts. And why don't we start with this one and walk us through some of your decision making in this.
So I should tell you something about my chart, yes?
Yeah, like what you know I know you already were in a trade here. It looks like you covered, and then you saw something in here again, and it
Yeah,
looks like you re-entered. And uh,
first of all, it was not the first trade. From the left side, you can see the previous trade. I finished with a small profit, and next I have also have seen some kind of passive accumulation, and I always draw the line as everybody can see. So when I notice what when I've got this passive accumulation, when I see this and I have the trend line drawn, I'm waiting for the increased volume of buyers. So I have marked it with the rectangle, the green one, a little bit higher volume and the break of the structure. So in this moment maybe one thing I think in this picture is missing, but I'm not sure if for sure is missing the active buyers, the green bubble should be there. Maybe on the lower time frame, it's possible to see. But anyway, it was I think quite okay. I also can see the re-entry, so maybe I expected a big move and I was stopped. As far I can remember, it was stop loss 20 ticks, but just after I got hit and I entered again and much lower, so it's okay. And we went quite nice. As you can see, I was trying to, to, to lead it somehow with stop loss moving a little bit higher. And I think it was quite, maybe this is not important for the strategy. It was a long move. As you can see, a lot of profit, 173 ticks. So it's nice. Maybe I'm not explaining so much the strategy, but it's it's difficult for me. But I try to keep the most. Maybe the biggest problem I've got is the point number two from our strategy. It means the key level. I unfortunately sometimes I it was low of the day. Yes, it was suitable, but sometimes I can tell you that I don't I don't know enough. I think I don't have enough the knowledge about these levels because I'm on the market for a long time, but I was using the candlesticks, the patterns, the indicators, nothing with the depth of the market. So Shark is helping me a little bit with uh, how to learn all of the stuff already. And when I read somebody else's explanations, it's absolutely everything new for me. Like uh, opening of the American market, the IB, I think it's called, initial balance or other things. It's everything new. So I have to read a lot and having this knowledge, maybe I will be a little bit better with this point number two. So that's all I can say. Maybe I also can help other participants because I'm new and you, all of you, is not so new as I am. So I know what I am missing. I think that a lot of people that are in the program, they don't know what new guys are missing. So maybe I will write it somehow and deliver maybe to you, Bruce, or to somebody else, and you can prepare the program better from the people like me because I'm missing a lot here. Not every. I know that I can learn the program, the setup, and you are explaining wonderful. But I know. I first of all, I didn't know what I'm missing. What kind of information I'm missing. I know about the markup depth, not so much. So I have to all of this knowledge I have to I don't I miss the word, but I have to learn about this.
Okay. No, it sounds great. Thank you. Thanks for divulging all that. And we're here to help you. I'm just going to turn it over to Shark since he has been helping you quite a bit. He's going to give the best insight here. So, Shark, why don't you jump in here and uh, give us your assessment here?
Am I audible?
Yes.
I think our key takeaway, Robert, is you're putting in the work. You're not only putting in the work, but you are grinding. You're working very hard, and you will see others' trades and how others approach the higher time frame key level, and you're definitely gonna find something that clicks with you, whether it's the supply and demand or like Vinny has his FVGs. John uses options levels in VWAP. We all have some sort of key level that we kind of really click with, and you're going to find something really fast. That I know. You're putting in some really good work. In this particular trade, the one thing that jumps out at me is the passive accumulation at the very bottom was actually not accumulation. It did not transact. Just, yeah, that one to the far right, like that, you could leave that off your chart. Not over
Looks
there.
like
Just
this one did, right? Maybe a little bit here too. Maybe I don't know. I don't know, Shark. I mean, like I don't think this one did.
that's the one I'm looking at right there. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think that one transacted.
yeah,
But you still have three, probably more off to the side there.
yeah,
Um, you got your high time frame key level, low of day. It's an intraday level. I still consider that a high time frame level. And this is a fantastic, just hit it and go. I mean, what this is 42 points or something. That is a fantastic trade.
yeah. I agree. I mean,
Yeah, I think
nailed it.
where you got out is pretty damn good in my eyes. And it looks like you have your take profit way up there. 80 points.
Yeah,
It's a great start.
yeah, I'm not afraid of taking money, no.
But excellent work.
Thank
Any
you, thank you.
questions you have, please ask. We have a really good team.
Yeah.
Uh, you'll find some key levels to latch onto that you really click with real fast working this hard.
Yeah, all of this, even terminology, it's everything is new for me. VWAP is new. All of this strategies you are playing, it's all new. So I have to simply learn what you are writing, ask what's this, where can I find the knowledge, and try to work with
Ask
this.
as many questions as you can. There's no such thing as a silly question.
Yeah, I know. As you can see, I know Bruce is asking us to work on the market replay. I like this. I made this over 20 trades, and I for sure I will work in market replay. Not once all of the weekends or other things, but some of the guys also mentioned about the that somebody can show us the different results in the journal. So I said there is no way to show something what is not real when you are playing the live simulation. So I often use the live simulation because I know I can rewind it. It's live. So if I will manage here, for sure I will manage there. And of course, I've got one problem in my mind when I see the market that it's going from down to the top, that it's going up. So when I'm going to the file, when I know that we will be somewhere upstairs, I would say it's difficult to make wrong decision. So I know that I can look at the details. it's fantastic, but
I
it's like
I think replay is not so much about rereading where price is going to go. It's more about just getting in your reps, uh, pattern recognition, kind of hardwiring that execution into yourself. Because live sim, say versus live risk on trading is very different because you got all the emotional stuff kicking in, and having those little moves of entering, moving positions, setting stops, those little things that become robotic when you're running execution drills is for me more of what replay is about, rather than attempting to reread a market when price is going to move 50 points there, but you could trade it 10 different ways and learn a little something every single time, I believe.
what I do is when I do the live simulation, I've got also real account, so very small real account, and I play the same thing on real account. So I feel a little bit money, but
Perfect.
also what I want to say here that looking at the bookmap software, what I like is that we see that everybody can see how we lead our stop loss and take profit, and what I try to do, not every time I do this, but I really try not to move my stop loss down, not to move it. If it will be hit, it's okay. But I have to relearn, or I don't know how to say, but I was moving the stop loss somehow, and it ended, as everybody knows, badly. So this is also nice that looking at this line we can see what what were our decisions, and it's nice. And also, what everybody probably uses this, but I use very much the passive accumulation as levels of keeping this line to control this levels, where to when to put our profit. As you can see, I was moving to the next level, and somewhere to the clouds, but it helps me a lot. So I love this bookmap software, and I'm sure I will get this edge about everybody is talking about.
Well, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Trading is life. Why don't you jump in? There's probably some things in the setup there. Probably, I imagine, have comments on.
Yes. You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Robert, how you doing? First off, I want to say
Fine. Thank you.
you in great hands when dealing with Shark. So, with that being said, I have nothing to worry about. With Shark and Bruce, you in great hand. Um, Great job, by the way. First thing that jumps at me is that aggressive accumulation. You didn't wait for the aggressive accumulation before you got in. Um, the aggressive accumulation started after the trend line broke. And what was your low of day? That's when it really started because you got in. Yeah. So no, move over, Bruce. Right. Yeah, right there. Your aggressive accumulation is right there. So, what I suggest would be you would wait because the way where you got in, you didn't wait for the pullback, which end up stumping you out, and then you got in. Then your second entry, you got in right at the trend line. Sometime what happens, they'll go to the trend line, and then they'll come right back down to fill that passive accumulation that's down there. And as you can see, after it broke the trend line and went up, came back down and retested, and then if you look at the volume was greater than the one and the one that increased by its volume. That volume was greater, then it shot straight up. So the only thing I suggest is just to be. I used to do the same thing exactly right there. I used to do the same thing. It's just as soon as it crossed the trend line, I just get in and don't look at the other um various. You have to look at you gotta step back and look at the whole picture, because once the trend line broke, then you have two things against you. You have the trend line, then you have low of day. So it went up, it broke the low of day, came back down, used your trend line as resistance, then the volume picked up. I would have got in right after the low of day, and I would have put my stop loss right under it, which it didn't even come back down after that.
Here?
No, right after the low of day. Right
Here.
there, this bubble up, go up, down. No, down, down, Bruce. Right, the big volume dot after the low of day, right? The next one. No, no, down.
Ah,
Go up. There's the small one. Go up one.
okay.
Where are you? I don't see you. There, perfect. I would have entered there. That's where I would have entered, and then I would have put my stop loss right underneath the low of day.
So down here.
Huh? Yes.
Okay.
I would enter there, and my stop loss would have been right under. No, right. No, the next one, because it went back down. The next one, the one next to it. You had it, not that one. The next one.
This one.
No, go back down. Okay, where you circled, the next volume dot next to it. Go up.
Okay. This one?
No, up. That one. Yes, that one.
Ah, okay, okay.
That would have been my entry, and my
Okay.
stop loss would have been right underneath the low of day.
Got you. Yeah. Yeah, great stuff. Uh, so, anything else trading this life?
No, that's it. Rob, you're doing a great job. Just keep at it. I suggest you, just try retrade that, replay that again in a couple of days when it gets out of your mind, so you don't remember it. Because that's what I do. If I make a mistake, I'll just write the date down, and then I'll wait a couple of days and do a couple of replays, so it won't be fresh in my mind. So when I do replays, it's like it's new. I don't really remember anything, and try and see if try to get in after a different entry and stuff like that, and see. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, Robert. Any questions for trading this life?
Sometimes I don't know how to understand certain things, because he said that she suggests me to replay it to make it better or not to make mistakes. I'm so new that I understand all of these explanations, but still don't think that I made some big mistakes. I'm not talking about the profit, but generally about the setup. And of course, from the looking from working with the replay, I can make it better. But it was live. So when we are live, we have to also look at the, let's say, something like market rhythm. Sometimes in a hurry, sometimes you have something, let's say, to do or thinking about something. So it's difficult to be in the same situation. I try to replay it, no problem, and for sure I will get better or safer results. But thank you.
No, what I'm not saying you
Uh-huh.
did big mistake. You did a beautiful job. The reason why I say replay it, because I do the same, it's mechanic, just to get your brain focusing on seeing certain things. It's just like doing it's repetition. That's
Mhm.
why I suggest that, just to a couple of days just to replay it, because once you replay it, it becomes, secondhand, it becomes automatic and doing something. So that's all. But I didn't say you
That's
didn't make a big mistake or nothing of that nature. You did a beautiful job.
Yeah, I would like to thank you for your approach because you're mentioning that some things that I did not even I didn't I wasn't thinking about this thing about the law of the day was for me like kind of the line important one, but you said okay, you can use this line as a support, put the stop loss down, and if you are above and so on so on. Everybody remembers. So it's completely different approach to the same thing. So thank you very much because I'm richer from from this from this moment for the next possibility to look at the same situation.
Yeah, because your low of day, that's a key level. So
Yeah,
price gonna react there somehow. And as you can see, based on that, you see how price shot up, and after it crossed the low of day, it didn't even come back down. So that means we have buyers waiting there to push the price, and they also had the volume behind it as well.
Yeah, yeah. This is really, really great conversation. I'm going to let John go. I've got a bunch of things well, a few things to mention. Uh, but the one thing, what you just mentioned, Robert, is you know, the community. Basically, you're saying the back and forth and thank you. Well, that's a big part of this. It's not just the setup and the materials and the process. It's community. It's getting this kind of feedback, and then you'll look at it and be able to go, oh, okay, I understand now. And heck, we'll get to the point where we can look at this in real time in live markets as well, and cover it. Anyway, enough from me. John, why don't you jump in?
Robert, I think you were spot on this. For my money, I wouldn't change a thing. Um, Starting at 11:30 to 12:30, there was a fair amount of accumulation. Those volume dots are pretty big. And then it stalled and it didn't fill liquidity at 65.90. It left it down there. And then you have some volume come into the market and it broke your trend line. Perfect. Beautiful. You got in. But I think the thing I like the most about what you did is your trade management. It's fantastic. So you have your stop right underneath the pivot low, but not underneath that liquidity because there's a pretty good chance that the market might go down there and reach it. And so you're taking on all that drawdown risk. And I've never been a fan of that. I'm always pretty close with my stop for that reason because of the possibility of going down there 65.90, hitting that, and then what happens? It could really fall off after that. So good for you for keeping your stop tidy. And then as the trade progressed, you saw volume come into the market and you raised your target and raise it to the moon. That's great. Get it up out of the way and then let the S&P fill in with liquidity as the trade progresses after the market processes all that volume that comes in at time 1312. So I thought you were spot on to recognize that, move your target up, and then let's see what happens. And it's a great profit, but I think your thought process as far as this strategy is concerned is right on. You're not missing a thing. If you're worried about missing something, you're not. This is how you execute this. So that's what I have, Bruce.
Okay, okay. I uh, like the aggressiveness in here. The thing that I'm kind of more on the side with trading is life. I know that you would get in over here, like the risk is higher, but just let me. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It depends on how you want to trade it. Uh, and there's a good and bad to both. Now, the way that you traded it here, it's pretty damn good. I mean, like doesn't get much better. You saw this in here. It's not a lot, you know, but the liquidity getting filled in here, the passive liquidity is pretty. I mean, it looks pretty massive in here. I mean, look at the size of these dots in here, into the, you know, dark red liquidity on the bid, and then you see that structure break. This is where I've been, you know, telling people about structure. Okay, so there is a diagonal structure here in the trend line, but there's more than that. There's another structure too, which is across the highs up here, right? And where Trading is Life is talking about is up in here, where it's pretty clear now that it wants to move. This is where I really like what he had to say with his feedback there about, you know, looking for this whole pattern to kind of unfold, of understanding these elements really well. Passive liquidity getting filled, a break of structure, and then a total transition from sell side to buy side, and then you know, and just riding that up. Of course, like you're going to be taking well, I think Trading is Life, I think you said you're going to put your stop down here underneath this, anyway, like when these come in like this, or these buyers come in like this, you know, it traded in this liquidity, and then it kind of fell off here, and then it just rocketed here to the upside with a lot of volume. And boy, I mean, this is a really nice move. You have a pretty, I think this is a great example. I mean, you have some very, very clear elements in here working for you. And then I think it's depending on how you know, what the kind of nuances on how you want to trade it. More aggressive is in here. And you know, more conservative is in here. It's kind of up to you. Trading is Life, and the way you're doing it, I love it. I mean, like, you know, this is a lot of times you won't even have this thing go against you a tick, and you clearly understand the context of these elements. Here, I mean, I like it too. It's aggressive. It can fail pretty easy, and if it fails, you get knocked out. You know, you got knocked out here once, you went in again, and you had a pretty tight stop here, and it very easily could have come down here and hit you again, and then maybe you'd enter for the third time. So it's up to you. I mean, like, you know, when you start adding those things up, if you got hit 3 times and you took it again, or you got hit twice and took it for the third time, you know, maybe your stop is kind of equal to like what it would have been if you got in here and put it down here. It depends on how you want to trade it. But the important thing, I think, are the 4 elements and that context of these elements. It's a beauty here. And boy, I mean, this is a big mover. Yeah, really. And Robert, again, the work you're putting in, I mean, this is here's what it's led to, you know. So way to go. You know, great stuff. Let's see. Those are my comments. I don't know, Laura, if you had anything that you wanted to add in the chat. Boy, I'd love to get your feedback, Laura. Let's see. Anybody else? I think that's okay. You agree with all of us. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Why don't we take a look at I mean, I've got more. We've got so many from you, Robert. I guess I do want to cover one thing, and I'll just kind of open it up for everybody. Is the second one that you have here? It's worthy to go over this because you guys are progressing at such a clip. I'm having a hard time kind of keeping up with you. Not this one. It was this one. And Yeah, so this is a 15 minutes between each dotted line in here. And then an entry in here. This is a kind of a nuance to the setup checklist here. You've got some nice things. You're identifying these elements again very clearly. The structure is a little goofy, a little wonky in here. There's probably a higher time frame, trend line in here someplace, and this is probably where it broke. And that's where you're actually taking your profit, because you took the aggressive trend line down here and then traded up and hit that single, which is fine. I just want to cover what I was just talking about, and then understanding these elements really, really well allows you to start to take all sorts of nuanced trades in here. You can, okay, hindsight's easy, but you can see another one in here after this liquidity traded. You'd trade it maybe up to here, or maybe up to the swing here. It goes on and on and on. Anyway, yeah, odd pattern in here. It's looking like it wants to turn into that head and shoulders pattern. That this wants to come down one more time here, but it doesn't. And then you got in on kind of the shoulder here, or the double bottom, I guess, took it up and took a 40 tick profit here, which is great. You hit a very nice single, 10 points, and you're out. Then I don't know, go back into what some of the other advice from Shark, trading his life, etc. You got replay mode. You can go back and look at this again and again. And I'm just going to leave off, and I'll open it up about that replay mode. Just like Trading His Life and Shark are talking about, going back and hitting it again and building up those reps, so you know what this looks like, and you know how to react to it. It's muscle memory. That's the point we want to get to, and that's learnable. We can all learn that. You don't have to be some sort of guru or whatever. And then what's going to get better is the context. You're going to recognize it quicker because you put in lots of repetitions. And you will also be decisive. It's like, here it is. I know how much I want to risk, how much I want to get in. I've done it hundreds of times now, and this is how I'm going to trade it. And you take the trade. Anyway, enough said. Let's see, Shark. Any comments on this one?
I like the entry. It's on the aggressive side. It makes me think of a lot of those trades when as soon as the trend line would break, I would just jump into the kill zone and then kind of be stuck in there. But this is you have the big sellers, the big volume sell dots there, and you're basically in as soon as that rolls over. As soon as your delta rolls to the buy side, you're in the trade, and your stop is super tight. I really like what John just said about keeping that stop tight, because that stop could go down below the liquidity, and if price did decide to go there, which it could, that would hurt. But that stop right below that pivot, that'll take you out, and then your brain, once you're not in the trade, your brain has been freed up, and you can now think and perhaps find another entry or wait for the next better trade. But your identification of aggressive engagement, I think, is pretty damn good. I mean, the height of those bars don't represent total volume, right? It's delta. So, there could be a hell of a lot more sellers than there are buyers when those bars are the same side, just depending on buy minus sell. But I think that's the case right there. There's a lot of sellers, and they're done. They either give up or they're done getting out of their trade. And as soon as price rolls over, boom, it goes. I think it's a fantastic entry. I like the tight little fractal trend line too. I mean, no matter how big of a trend line or how small of a trend line I draw, I do like to stick in a much tighter little trend line when I decide it might be go time soon. I think you're really starting to understand the concept here. Um, I don't know what you have as as a key level here if you do, but you definitely have the pattern down.
Maybe maybe I can say only that it was a very fast trade. As you can see at the timeline, the trend line I drew was about I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, and all of the transactions took about 2 minutes. So it was very fast. As a matter of fact, I wanted to move the stop loss higher and make it a little bit longer move, but I
It got
let's
there
say.
before you.
Yeah, they did it so fast that I don't know. I wanted to drink something or something, and it was after. So so I do not expect this move to be so short, but what I like that the price did not went down at all, maybe one tick, and it was straight. And it's not clear here, but to my take profit was a straight line. Maybe a few seconds later was a little small pullback and then up. So in the line, this 2 minute, this 2 minutes was like a straight line to the profit. Yes, or like
That's
this. So
like a little book sweep there. It just ran. I like to have a target, if not the target, at
yeah.
the opposite end of that trend line. So that trend line pivot high would have been a target or my target on that trade. Exactly. So
Yeah,
you
I have noticed that you
front run your target and you're out. 40 ticks. That's a fantastic trade.
I have noticed that you are doing some that your position is divided into parts and you are putting some different, but it's the other. I don't focus on this time. One 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 contract and
I think
go.
in and out is exactly what you should be focusing on right now. You know, just get your trade,
Yeah, I
get in,
know.
get out at
I
your
think
target.
I can.
Boom.
I know how to do it, but from the beginning, when I will start to put bigger money and something, uh, I'm not focused on the money, but I know that starting with one, I think it's better. When I will have position, if I will start with, let's say, 10 contracts, it will be easier to divide with one. For learning, it's enough, I
I
think.
agree. I absolutely agree. I'm good, Bruce. I think someone else can take it over.
Okay. Trading is life. Any comments here?
Yeah, I think this trade was flawless, Robert. This trade was was executed beautiful. This is how I would have did it. I'm glad you brought up that it happened so fast. This is why I say, do the replay, because it's building repetition. It's like your brain will be able to keep up because you'll see things a lot faster. Like, as soon as I saw this, I automatically saw. I was like, okay, um, the previous low, it went low, then it came back down. Automatically, I would have been looking to get in because it didn't go all the way down to that little where you have the number one at. It exhausted right there. Even with the large volume, it still didn't reach to the previous low. As soon as it crossed your trend line, yeah, right there. You see, it didn't even go down there, even with the large volume. So I already knew um, buyers are prepared to get in. As soon as it crossed your trend line, you got right in. I would have got right in as well, and you put your stop loss right by the trend line. So if it reversed on you, you wouldn't take such a hit. And then you just rode it all the way. It didn't even go back. It just with the volume and just continue going in, going up. So I think that was a beautiful trade. It was executed very well, and that's all I have to say.
Right. John.
Excellent. Excellent. Robert, it was a long time ago, but I remember Bruce said one of his webinars, it is volume that moves markets. So the fact that you're linking the trend line with a change in volume is outstanding. And you can see up until you took the entry, the previous 8 or 9 bars, volume bars below, they're all red. And then it changed to green, broke the trend line, and the volume dots came in. And you're expecting a fast trade. You kept your stop real close because if it doesn't go fast, you don't want to be in it. So you kept your stop tidy and away it went. That's perfectly done to trade that event. And that's an order flow event because you have a change in the progression of volume. You basically have an inflection point there with respect to volume. Broke the trend line, prices took off for you. Perfect. Bruce?
Yeah, great stuff. Great comments. Geez, I'm not even necessary here. You guys should just carry the whole
Well,
thing
you
forward.
did all the work developing them to this point, Bruce. So yeah, you should be able to coast because this is a reflection of everything you've been talking about.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
it just I'm just so freaking happy like to see stuff like this. And I don't know, Robert, you said like, oh, I'm new to it, or I don't quite get it. I mean, you're getting it pretty dang good here.
Yeah, he's not new.
He looks like he
Yeah.
got it. He looked like he got it to me.
Yeah, he's not new.
Yep.
Maybe I will tell you something. I've got some experience, but I was looking at all of this basic techniques like stochastic oscillators and other things. I knew that all of these things are lagging. So after that, I refused from using almost everything, and I was using trend lines. And this point I ask here is my favorite way of trading. When the trade line is broken, it's my point of entry. And when I jumped to your program, I even didn't know that I will have such a wonderful tools, because having only the price and the trend line and having nothing and wishing that the price will go in other direction, and not knowing when, it was like I had to use a little bit more of statistics or good money management and other things to survive. And coming here, it's like getting a torch in the darkness. You said you don't have to hurry, just go have a coffee, wait for the passive accumulation. 1, 2, 3, I've got a lot of time. And draw the trend line and wait. For what? For volume. So if I've got these two, trend line and passive accumulation, I'm waiting for the volume. As I said, the point number 2, I have to use a little bit more because it's very important, and I know. But having all of these tools here, it's really like I know it's not possible to lose in such a situation. When I was looking at my simulated life results, I looked that I maybe have only 68% of profit. So maybe it's not very much, but it's also statistically 1 to 3. So three times profit, one loss. So it's wonderful and it suits me very, very good. And you can hear probably in my voice that I'm very happy to be here with you. And when I can hear all of these small details, I try to remember, make notes, and look at this, look at that, maybe change your way of thinking. And when I look at the other guys like John, and he's using gamma, and others that are using something with the gap, no, I can tell you, I can when I see the market that is moving, and I don't have this setup. Yesterday I was so not happy, let's say, because I was waiting for this setup. Maybe there was something in the morning, but I did not went in, and later, and the market was moving up. But anyway, I love this game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, great work. Keep it up. And keep on getting into the nuances because you understand the concepts really well. And like Shark and Trading His Life are going over these concepts. And John just mentioned one of the big ones here, this transition, right? From sell side to buy side after a structural break. Now you've got all of this, passive accumulation on your side too. Just one more note on this one is we see this a lot is look at the aggressive accumulation in here in some of these areas here in the spikes here. Like they're in here, but it just hasn't turned around yet. Then you're noting it in here with a very aggressive kind of structural or kind of a fractal of the pattern in here, and then jumping in and you got a really great trade. So just some of these nuances, like you'll see again and again, and put that into the context as well. I might be helpful for.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Thank you, Robert. And another one, guys, I want to cover is Lo. Lo's been putting in a lot of effort too, and very consistent. So let's invite him up to the stage here. And thanks again, Robert.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, Lo, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
So exactly like Florian, I'm not a native English speaker, so hopefully we will understand each other.
Okay. So this is the trade I have. This is the most recent one that you posted in the pilot program. And just a note, for those of you in the pilot program, please post in there so we can give you feedback. As you guys have heard now from just about everybody, is that feedback it's a really big part of the program. You've got to post in there. So mark up your charts and put it in. So this is one. I don't know if this is something that you have a lot others in there. I didn't go too far back because this was the most recent one, and we can start with this one, and you can walk us through the trade if you like.
Yes. So first of all, I want to say something about me. I'm trading for a very long time, but this is the first time it makes sense to me. Although I made money out of it, I can't say, but not blindly, especially. But I was doing totally different setup. The idea is I never found any consistency like what I'm doing now, and what Bookmap offers me. Although I'm using Bookmap for a very long time since I was trading crypto. But since you put it this way in the Bruce pilot program, it really made sense to me. Although you have a lot of information on YouTube and on your homepage, but still, this makes much more sense for me. I'm unfortunately I can't take every all day replay files and trade them, because I'm working. I'm running a company, and I'm over there at the desk, and I'm taking care of some other stuff. But I also have my live charts working, and when I get some signal, or I'm always looking at them, and when I get some signal, then I jump into the trade, not with actual money, but with sim account, exactly like you taught us. So right now I was watching the MES, and I saw exactly what you guys preach about, and it's some cup and handle pattern as far as I see it. I saw it. I jumped in as soon as I saw the volume and the trend line break. I like to draw a more higher time frame trend line, and I don't jump in the. I see that Laura is doing that, and she's doing a hell of a job trading aggressively on the small time frame trends. But I just use that as a confirmation that we are heading in the right place, and it's about to take out the higher time frame trend line. And sometimes I'm even taking a long from the small time frame trend line to the higher time frame one, and then a short over there. I have it prepared already, and it worked several times. So most of the time, the first touch, it's going to be a reject, and I'm doing that right now. While I'm not pleased of it, okay, I entered, I think, one lot, and I prepared a few more lots over there since until the level that I still considered it to be bullish, and prepared to put my stop loss underneath the liquidity. But the idea is that I didn't frame my stop loss well, and as Shark pointed out, I should have switched to a smaller time frame. And so maybe you can walk me through all of this and what was my mistake, because after that it went all day, continued to grind up.
This screenshot in particular, Lo, we're looking at 3-hour time slices. So I think we have 9 hours worth of price action in front of us. I think for your screenshots to annotate and post, I would zoom in, capture the price action that you traded, and maybe a good chunk of price action moving into that. So you could point out on there what you were looking at, why you got into the trade. I know you're looking at a much larger picture here. I see what you're saying when you say a cup and handle. I imagine if you zoomed in there to 15 or 5-minute time slices, you'd find a nice trend line and some other stuff that would give us a much better view of your piece of price action from your entry to your exit. And what you had asked earlier about how would I handle that stop loss and not get knocked out of that trade, I personally would zoom in there and look at the previous pivot lows, and as price is breaking the previous pivot highs, maybe by several pivots, you can grab that stop loss and drag it up and sit it below one of those previous pivot lows. More often than not, if price goes and breaks one of those lows, it's gonna go further, and you're better off just getting knocked out of the trade. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please ask.
Yes, Shark, thanks. It makes sense. I understood from the first time when you showed me, when you wrote me on the group. So are you saying that I should take the entry also based on a lower time frame level or trend line?
No, not necessarily. I'm not sure what exactly you were looking at to enter there. Reason being is, we only have a little tiny piece of price action to look at. If you zoom in if you zoom in closer and we can see more of the chart. Is this the same trade? I don't know what you just clicked on, Bruce, but perhaps that was zoomed into the same trade. And that's what low means by kind of Laura. She gets this big, giant, big picture view, and she says, my trade is here. And then she has another screenshot of the price action where she interacted with the market.
Yeah, sure. That was not the trade that I took. This is the
Okay.
only. This is my only screenshot, which I sent already on the group.
Yeah, I think in the future, if you zoom in there, everybody, including yourself, will have a much better view of the price action that you were trading, and you can, and not for us, but for yourself, you can, point out some key areas of why you were interacting with the market there and what your thoughts were, and as we look at it as a group, as a team, we can collectively see what was going on. I can't count them, but it looks like you had, I don't know, 12, 13 entries in there. Or those are, oh, those are entries that you canceled? It's hard to tell. I just
Yeah.
see,
Yes.
yeah, I think get used to looking at price action a little bit closer. I know, like you said, you're sitting at a desk and you have another job that you're doing. So this makes sense. You're looking at a much larger view. But the previous 6 hours there, we don't see anything really on this chart.
Yeah, sure. You don't see it on this chart. It was stupid, the fact that I sent it, because this was where I took the trade, but I was doing it based on the ES chart, and over there you could see the accumulation, and you could see this pattern forming. And the idea was that what I also liked, because I see this pattern very, very long, very
Right.
many times.
The cup in hand.
As you can see, roughly at 5 p.m., 5 a.m., something like that, they switched from selling to buying, to aggressive buying, and then they tried to push the market down, and it was they ran out of steam over there, as you can see. Yeah, exactly that when you show it, Bruce. And they started again buying aggressively. So as soon as I saw the volume, the aggressive buyer volume kicking in, I went in, and it proved to be correct, because it never moved against me.
And you got some of the Romo, right? The regret of missing out, because that kept going all day.
Yeah, it went out a bit. It
Yeah,
went up a
I
bit.
I feel that quite often myself. And just to say, you say this was stupid to post. Definitely not stupid to post. If it gets us engaged in conversation and we can exchange some thoughts and ideas over it, it's exactly what we do.
Yes. So the idea was with those entries, because it was MES, it's exactly what I'm doing, what you are doing. I'm piling in with more than one lot, because I find that this is really helpful for the strategy. I go in, let's say, with 3 lots if I get filled, because you see it's I put it in as a limit order, and as soon as I get filled, let's say I get 3 lots, and at the first pivot point, I take off 1 lot, and I move my stop loss somewhere underneath the pivot, which I think it's not gonna be taken out, and so I limit my loss. I mean, I don't limit my loss. I'm already in profit most of the times.
No, you're paying for your stuff. It's fantastic. I do like the fact that you have that big picture view, and your entries are set right down to that where the sellers pivoted and the buyers took it over again. So had price come down, you may have filled a couple more orders, but all with the intention of riding that back up.
Exactly, and I saw my entry point as the second shoulder, a smaller time frame shoulder. So that was the idea why I went in.
Well, fantastic, Lil. Thank you for sharing, and please continue to do so. You're doing good
Yeah,
work.
thanks. I learned also from you a lot, and from the guys over there. I check a lot your posts, and I read them, and, and I don't have the patience to do that much as you guys are doing, but I really struggled a bit at the beginning, and I thought I'm stupid. But in the end, I took so many trades. I think I took only on replay mode 130 trades or something in the last 2 weeks, and
Wow.
so for me it's a lot. For me it's a lot because I also have a job, I have a life also, and I'm also taking live trades every day, a few live trades every day. Also, even if on smaller time frames, when this happens, I still do it. So even if I don't get that much out of the move, but I do it, and I learn out of it. If something happens, exactly like Florian said, and you said also, you mentioned, I replay the file and I look what I did over there, and I try to do it again. Also, with the replay files that Bruce is sending me, I don't take more than one trade on a file. I keep repeating them. I never remember the file because I always repeat them. And because of the live trades, it's difficult to remember all the replay files.
Well, you're grinding, you're putting in the work, and that's what this takes. So stay on mission, man. Keep it up.
Yeah.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
Sorry. One more thing, exactly like Florian said, I still have something, some big question concerning the key levels. So let me get this straight. So a key level could be a week high, low, let's say a day high, low. For example, a VWAP. I don't know, some intraday level.
Well, it's it can be based upon what you determine as a key level. Like if you're a VWAP trader, yeah, maybe. But on a, I kind of shudder to say that. I think or point of control or whatever it is, but that's based on your studies. That you know that these key levels are important for you in the way that you trade. Like for example, John had to leave, unfortunately, but he's looking at options levels. He doesn't care about other levels. We're talking about high a day, low a day, overnight high and low, swings, and maybe after like a important news event and some swings, whatever it might be. And what really, when it boils down to, it is an area where we are looking for a lot of traders to react. And those are typically around high and low a day. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, sure, it helps. I am also trading some jacks levels, some hard puts, some hard calls, and stuff like that. And I see how the price action, how the price reacts, or the liquidity reacts at those certain levels. I also like the VWAP trades because exactly like Robert Rotter said, the algos react to them. But so if I want to put in, for example, to use those levels as my trade levels, it's not stupid to do it like that. Am I right?
Well, it's I think you have to define more what the level is you're looking at. I think Robert is giving some pretty good feedback in the chat here. And it's something I wanted to mention is that to learn from this, we need a clearer picture and steps of the decision-making process written out. He mentions it would help both of us, you and us. And I agree. I know you don't have time, like you said, but it's kind of hard to look at the chart and determine like what do you mean. Like the elements in here, where is the where's the passive liquidity? I don't know if it traded this down in here or not, and so we're looking for that accumulation passively, and then we're looking for the structure break, and then we're looking for the aggressor accumulation for the price to move. and then we can lean on all of that behind us and look for the aggressors now to take it and charge up after liquidity on the offer. So marking these things up, I think, would be really helpful for both of us. And maybe just quickly, if you can, however you can, or however it might help. I'll leave it at that and turn it over to Trading is Life.
Hey, how you doing, though? You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I hear you, but I'm on mute on mic. So until
Oh,
I open it, so that's not, so no noise is going.
all
Yeah,
right.
I'm doing fine. Thank you, and you guys are doing a hell of a job, and I'm learning a lot from you guys.
Okay. First of all, please keep singing them like Shark said. You know, keep posting. Just need to mark it up a little bit so we can have a better idea. So we could try to see where your mindset was coming from when you took the trade. The only thing I could say based on this is that I felt that you got in a little bit prematurely, because if I'm looking at it, if you see where the liquidity is at 67.70, if you draw a line straight through that, Bruce, you can see price went up there one, two, three times and rejected. So it could have easily went back the other way and came back to 65. I would have waited till it crossed over that. Yeah, you see, it went there, and it went up there three times. One, two, and then it kept rejecting back. It could have easily went back up and came back down against you. I would have waited for it to cross that trend. Basically, that's your trend line right there. Cross your trend line, then I would have got in, because it didn't go against you either. And then I would have put my stop loss right underneath. So that's the only, I basically, that's all I have to say based on that, because it's not too much to work with since the um time gap is so squished in. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Trading is Life. Yeah, I now that you mention it, this is a real key thing that you mentioned over here. So I didn't notice the liquidity and that it turned on the other side afterwards. After I took the trade, even after I took the trade, I didn't notice that it turned into support, and it was exactly what Bruce always says, that this happens
Yeah, this is why,
all the time.
stretching, do the replay, because once you do replay, your mind, is start looking for these things. It's like driving. When you're driving, before you get on the highway, you're looking in your rear view mirror, you're turning in, you're putting in your signal, you're looking ahead, you're doing like three to four things at one time, and it comes natural. So, once you do the replay, you learn to look at all of these things at once, and it becomes natural. Yeah, so
Sure. Thanks.
I have a few comments in this. It's not, I'm going to be, it's going to sound kind of harsh, Lo, but I don't mean it this way. I know that, as you said, you're busy, etc. The amount of orders in here, though, kind of turns this into something else. It's kind of, I understand your reasoning for it. No problem. I get that. But it's kind of like a squishiness to the trade then, and you can get yourself in a lot of trouble by not being precise with it, and using the replay mode and being really, really thoughtful and precise. I think you'll find very, very helpful. It'll help you in the long run, instead of like averaging in your costs and your take profits. Because if you were trading like pretty big, or let's say like a standard contract or something, and this was 10 altogether in here, I mean, you really only got like one contract on. So going through replay mode again and again and being more precise with one entry, take a single and then try to get maybe one more scale out of it. I think you'll find helpful with the trade management because you'll really have to pay attention instead of kind of averaging it in an area. So I try it, and I encourage you to give it a shot. I think you'll find that you'll really improve. Like what Trading His Life is saying. Like he knows exactly what he's looking for, and then once he starts to see it, he waits for that structure break. Stop is down here. It's automatic, and either it works or it doesn't. But he's he's got the accumulation on his side. He's got the structure break, which the structure would be this now, and then he's got the aggressors coming on the other side. Now it's kind of odd in here with the selling in here, but as you guys had said, that this was the low of the day and it went high all day long, the rest of the day. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, Lo.
No, it makes sense. Sure.
Hey,
You are completely right.
Lo, you said you wanted to know like key levels. Bookmap helps you with that. If you go, because I have it on mine. If you go to let me pull it up. I think if you go to add-ons and and then you put it it's called, hold on, let me get it for you. What is it? Okay, price level. And it'll automatically place the high of day and low of day on your chart for you.
I'm using that, but I think it shows the session high
Yeah.
and session low. So I don't think it's high of day, and I don't think it's the American session.
That's correct. It won't be the it'll just be from the Bookmap chart, high and low.
Yeah, it's from the Bookmap chart, high and low, but that would help you out to have your levels. That's to anybody that's because I saw that had it. They automatically put it for you, so you could just draw your lines there, so you'll have it for the next day. Because it gives you a new line, high of day or low of day every day. So that's what I do. I just at the end of the day at 4 o'clock, I just go over where my lines are. I just draw a line there, so I have it the next day, and then I could use that as my key levels.
Okay, thanks. This is a key takeaway.
Yeah. But great stuff, Lo. And I think you got some pretty good feedback from us. And keep pushing. And hit that replay mode. Keep learning. Ask questions. And try to mark up your charts if you can. I think you'll just get a lot more out of it, and you'll start to understand the context, I think, better. Okay, here I'm marking up like passive liquidity, getting filled, and you'll understand that transition better when it unfolds. Yeah, give it a shot at least, and hopefully, I hope it helps you.
Yes, Bruce, but I used to do this. I did it from the beginning, exactly like you said. And at some point, I really got mad because I was not learning much, and I stopped doing that, and I started to take a lot of trades in replay files. And I always switch from, let's say, from the latest file to the oldest file. I switch between them. I take a trade on one file, then I switch to the next one, I switch to the next one, and I repeat them like that. And so until now, I have in 2 weeks, I think 130 trades or something like that, only on that. But I'm trying to grasp what happens over there. And of course, when I have some trade that makes sense to write down some stuff, I do it, but not frequently because it's time consuming, and I'm trying to find the rhythm of the market more than less, because I'm trading candles for a very long time and it's totally different.
Okay. Well, then I'll just let Trading His Life and Shark and Laura reply to you there, because I don't. Are you using the trading journal with your trading, so that you know kind of accumulate it in the journal here, and you know, take a look at it, like here Duzman's, here's his replay mode, and you know, and I believe he's been marking up his charts in here as well. And I'll just let you guys carry the conversation. I mean, I think this is fantastic. Like, he's got his notes in here. He's got his chart markup. He's got a playbook in here now. He's got a built-out playbook. And he can go back and look at some of these. I just let you guys comment on that, and just open up for all of you to comment. Shark in Trading His Life, I don't know what if you want to mention that, anything about that.
I think you have a good goal. Get in as many reps as possible. You don't have to annotate every single one. You know, pick. I annotate a fifth or a tenth of the replay I do, and I pick the one that I'm gonna learn the most from personally. It's not the one with the best execution. Typically not the one with the worst execution. Sometimes it is, but I just select the one that I think I'm going to learn the most from, because you're absolutely right. Annotating a chart is time consuming. If you have 6 replay trades under your belt in the same piece of price action, you don't want to sit there for hours annotating all 6 of them. You know, so I just pick one and maybe go that route. And if you don't have time, you don't have time. You know, life, you have to do what you have. You know, you sound like a busy person, so don't let it interfere with life. But if you have time to pick one, annotate it, post it, you know, even some light annotations, I think that'll help everybody kind of grasp the big picture of what's going on. It also seems like people are very concerned about the fact that when you're doing replay, you kind of know where price is going. Like you say, you go from the oldest to the newest, and I I don't think that really needs to factor in at all. I don't think the point of replay is to learn how to reread the market in that exact same piece of price action over and over. It's more about hardwiring the physiology of executing the trade, right? When your brain clicking the mouse, moving the orders. I think that's the important part of replay. And I don't think knowing, you know, we know it's going up. I don't think that's going to interfere with it. And I myself, like, I will even occasionally, if I'm really driven to learn execution of a particular trade, say Friday's Trump tweet of China's tariffs, or Monday's Trump tweet of China's hostile act of not buying our soybeans, you know, those things happen so fast. I went back in there and did some curve fitting and said, okay, how the hell do I skim this tweet, go change my position size, and find my efficient entry all in 5 seconds before that market runs off on me? Because I want those, you know, those are opportunity, exceptional opportunity. I want those trades. So I'm going to go in replay, even though I know exactly what happened. The market flushed 200 points. I know exactly where it flushed. I know exactly what time that tweet came out. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to trade that thing 15 times and figure out what my brain and body have to do together to make that happen in 7 seconds. So just food for thought and my own personal opinion. But I do love the fact that you're grinding and you've cranked out over 100 replays. That is pretty awesome. Keep it up, man.
Thanks.
Trading His Life, any comments on that?
No, Scott basically said it. Like I keep saying, it's like having it's multitasking, being able to multitask and seeing everything at once and being able to react to what you see. It's not about you already know where the price is going or where it's gonna go. Once we live, we kind of have that idea. You know, it's about reacting, being able to react to it fast enough to capitalize on the opportunity when it presents itself. That's all.
Okay. All right. And Laura, I don't know if you have any comments because your work has been in that front exceptional, and the markups and your playbook. Also, Duzman, heck of a job here. Really good. Uh, and In fact, Duzman, why don't you jump up here and if you have any comments on that and how this has helped you. I just can't imagine that this hasn't helped you to be able to see some of these things in here. And
Yeah,
these are pretty quick markups too. I mean, you just here's number 4, here's number 3. You know, you got your setups checklist up here.
yeah, it helps a lot. The main benefit I found from it is it shows me things that I didn't notice in the market, in the replay, and then even afterwards when taking the screenshot and everything, it's it brings more things to light, and it's just another step towards clarity. That's how I find the markups to be. It, it legitimizes the replay in a sense. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is a good discussion. I'm not saying one way or the other. I think they're worthy of
Mhm.
a exploration. But you know, if you are doing something with intention and trying to get really good at it, just doing more and more of the replay mode, yeah, it'll help. But uh, being able to kind of reflect off of it and go back into it and say, okay, I mean, spending time with it in here and marking things up
Mhm.
will help you look at this and go, ah, look at that. I didn't even notice that before. And a
Yeah.
nuance in here. And then that can be very, very helpful. So like,
Mhm.
you know, if you're practicing, I don't know, your jump shot, you know, and just doing jump shot after jump shot after jump shot, uh, yeah, that's going to help for sure. But if you do it and like, you know, I'm going to work on my form each time, and you know, make sure that you really have your form down. Then I think that those taking maybe you're not taking quite as many, but they're going to be more precise. So it's kind of
Yeah.
a bit of both there.
I really like what you said about reflection because during the replay, I more so feel like I'm learning, I'm practicing, I'm putting in the reps as you be saying, and then during the markup, I'm reflecting on what I did. So it brings another perspective to the trades I took. It's a very good point.
Yeah, anyway, food for thought, guys. And thank you, Lo. Thank you very much. I've wanted to cover you and Robert for the last few weeks minimum. And we got one more I want to cover here as well, and that's Kev. We'll invite you up here to the stage, Kev. I got something for you. So maybe you got something else you want to go through, but hold on a minute and let me find the image here. I believe this is the one. Guys, we're going to get more into for the pilot program. We're going to get more and more into the using the journal too. Like, I think what we'll do is have a document that we'll be able to share and put in like you know, under your name you'll have maybe 3 different files. You'll have your replay. Here, let me show you what I mean here. So uh, uh, Oh God, I just had it. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, so here's a trading journal, right? And under here, though, you can see all we've got many that are shared in here, right? And you guys are doing a great job in here using the naming conventions, so it's easy to see. Here's Shark's replay. Here's Duzman's forward testing. We just went through Duzman's replay and and then share each one, so anyone can take a look at these. And you shared it. You shared the link, and people can load them in and learn from each other on those as well. There's a lot to learn in there as well. Boy, as you guys had mentioned, you like the replay files. You know which direction it's likely going to go, but your equity curve is likely going to look like this after not too many trades. But so what? Like you've got to make that muscle memory. That's what we're working on. And then when you get into the forward testing, you'll see like are you making the transition from the here's trading his life forward testing in here. Are you making that transition from the live replay to the live? And how's it going? How are you doing? I mean, this is live market, so you can't escape this in here. Look at trading his life, just knocked it out of the park here. And then I think you probably went down in size trading his life, I imagine, something like that. But anyway, you can learn a lot from some of these things and learn from each other as well. And I've showed Laura's again and again, and she's been really nice to be able to not only show the replay and the forward testing, which were just fantastic equity curves. And then we went over this one so many times where she was really excited and jumped in and like all of a sudden it didn't go her way. There's some psychological things in here, and it's like, well, wait a minute, I studied this, it should work, and it didn't. And then she kind of chased and she went after it, or she added in, or whatever. And then it's like, okay, wait a minute, stop, go back to replay files, and then she started to then get back into the live, and you can see she kind of lost some confidence in there. And then she also went into she sized down and went into micros, and then started to gain all that confidence back. All this stuff started to come back in, and I mean these are big psychological swings that you're overcoming. It's really amazing. It's really amazing to see, and this is with micros in here. So anyway, just I think we should look more into the or we'll try to get more involved with the trading journal as well, is my main point here. All right, so let me go back here, and Kev, I invite you up to the stage and open it up here. All right. Hey, Kevin, you're on mute. There you go.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm great. Just riding with a friend, so I'm in a car, but
okay.
the noise won't bother anyone. So yeah, I totally agree with like everyone's saying about annotation and doing that. It really helped me, and the side benefit is it helped me teach my adult son how to do with Bookmap and trading everything I'm learning. So I'm sharing with him, and then he started joining as well. So it's been helpful around the whole family.
Wow. All right. And it's a family environment now. Excellent. Wonderful. Kev, you've been doing some great work as well, walk us through what you saw in here, your decision-making process and management as well.
Well, literally, I'm still like stuck on just mastering or learning to master this trade, and I do my very best to get in. I get excited sometimes, even if I've seen the replay file 100 times. It's kind of like a goldfish mentality where I forget what I did yesterday, so I can repeat the same experience, but work more on the muscle memory. I guess is probably the better way to say it. Following the checklist. Those are the areas that I'm looking at. I've also thrown in there like low volume nodes and tried a couple other things to like not over fit, but more to just get the very least amount of executions I can with the most ticks. And I know some say don't worry about ticks, but I'm just meaning that from the standpoint of, low effort, right? So I want to have one or two entries max and then get out. So I've been working a lot on that.
Okay, great.
I
So
just got back.
let's see. This one here, it maybe I think I even remember the replay file on this one, but because it's a little early in the replay file, so I probably recorded it, wanted to show this up here, and this is probably the big swing, and it was probably a move to the downside. I can't recall, but nonetheless, like you got it, and you notice the high liquidity in here getting filled, and there is going to be a structure break in here. I don't see a lot of the aggressors, I guess, in here, some, but that's still being kind of absorbed here. I don't see the sellers really coming in quite yet, and just looking at it offhand, you might want to take a look at the volume delta bars. So just right click on these and on the bars and turn it into delta. It might be a little easier for you to read. It's up to you, but just a suggestion. And
No, that makes sense.
yeah, other than that, like boy, I mean, you definitely got the break there, and the high liquidity here. Just didn't see the aggressors really coming in too strong here. I'm gonna just turn this over to Shark and let him give us some comments here.
May I ask a question, Kev? What is your higher time frame key level?
You have to forgive me. I can't remember on this trade. I'd have to go back and look at it. And I'm
Okay.
literally monitoring this on a mobile, so
Yeah.
it would be difficult for me to tell you right now.
Okay, I imagine there's something in that 92, 95 area that you said, okay, structure is going to break here. This is my key level. You definitely hit your entry on point. You whacked the bid there, got in right at the trend line break. Trailed your stop. Your stop's trailing. Why did you mark it out of the trade there where you did?
Why did I get out?
Yes.
If I remember this trade, I think I saw it pulling back, and I just got. I think that's what happened. I can't remember, but I believe I got out with the. I guess what's that acronym you used earlier? It wasn't FOMO. It was something else. Like
Oh,
fear of
Romo,
something happening.
regret of
Yeah,
missing out. Yeah. No, that's
yeah. I didn't
something
want to lose what
I
I got.
struggle. That is something I struggle with, especially
Yeah.
with unrealized gains. Something I know that I will always continue to struggle with, but I will continue to work on it as well.
Yeah, so I actually stopped doing the trail stop automatically like that. If I get a sense like a big move, if I've got like 10 ticks or something, then I'll move it. But I stopped letting the system do it automatically for me because I kept getting wicked out, and if I set it too much, I would lose too much of the opportunity. So I just stopped doing that and just let it roll with the rhythm of the market from that standpoint.
Yeah, I think there's a happy medium between getting flicked out of the trade and taking too big of a hit from whatever happens. I agree with you there. Um, I see all this. I just think about John, and he definitely mentioned that this massive Tarantino blood liquid up above. At some point, price is going to want to go up there. We don't know when. Um, but this a good job. You definitely understand all the concepts of the trade. I want one recommendation that I'm going to make is moving forward is perhaps just put a text box on there, point to your higher time frame key level, and just label it. That way, when we come back to this in a week or 2 weeks, or if you come back to this 3 months from now, you know you know you know what you were looking at as your setup. Kind of all the pieces fell into
Yeah,
place.
yeah. I think because I'm not a big fan of doing the text box. I did it for a while there at first, but then it just became cumbersome. So I'll just do another maybe checklist item, make it number 5 or something like that to say key level, and then I'll just point the 5 like the others are on there. I think that'll help me recall it a lot easier. Hopefully
Yeah,
that's
and
easy
you
for
don't
everyone else too.
you don't have to go crazy. There's people like me that are very detail oriented, and I want to be able to come back to my chart in 6 months and remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
But if you have, I don't know what you look at for key levels, if it's supply and demand or fair value gaps or single prints or whatever it is. I think maybe just a real quick three word box pointed at your key level. That way, when we come back to review it, we know
Mhm.
that we know what it is rather than it's just a general key level of some type.
Yeah, I use Investor RT through Tom B's explanation on doing the I
Okay,
can't
so
remember the exact.
you have your
Yeah.
value area high and your value area low and your overnight stuff and
Yep.
okay,
VPOX and all that good
yeah,
happy jazz. So it probably was lying there because that's running side by side with me in Bookmap. So I see it the whole time.
okay. Well, you're doing a great job. Uh, keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Appreciate you sharing. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Uh, Great. Thanks, Shark. Trading is life.
Okay. Hey, Kev, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
All right. His key level was number 2, Shark. He used his price level like I do, so I know that was his key level based on that. The only suggestion I have, Kev, you should change your color for like high. It should be green. Just my suggestion. That's what I do, so I don't get confused. And then when it's going down, I make it red. So I was able to know that was your key level there based on that because you could see it keeps going as it was going
Yeah.
up. So I know that's your key level right there.
Okay.
Um, the only thing is you didn't have a structural break. I seen Bruce drew it. I
Yeah.
Your structural break. So that means you got in right at your structural break, and then right after the pullback, which is okay. And I know why you got out at the trade right there because you could see right there. There's a little bit of liquidation,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
right there where price accumulated a little bit. So you got out right there. So
Yeah. I thought it was going to bounce off of that.
yeah, you thought it was gonna go back, but yeah, if you move on the other side, Bruce, where he has the number 1, exactly, you see it accumulated right there. So basically, he just went in for his base hit because he didn't want to give back no profit. But that's it. I mean, I think the trade was executed beautifully. The only thing is, your structure line wasn't drawn,
Mhm.
and just a suggestion, like I said, you don't have to. Just you want to switch the colors because you have your lower day yellow and your high of day red. If you want to make your high of day green and your low of day red, so that way, if people looking at it, they don't get confused and they can easily see that. But other than that, I thought it was a beautiful trade.
Thanks, man.
Just back to you, Bruce.
Yeah.
I would like to add, like what John said earlier. It didn't resonate with me until I heard him just say it again today. But yeah, placing that stop before that liquidity up there, like I've been hit so many times that it goes in liquidity and then it goes to the moon. So I appreciate John saying that because it just reminded me again about the importance of that stop placement.
Yeah, great. Let's see. No, I mean, I think Kev, just keep going. Keep looking at these. The feedback, the nuances, and putting the pieces together, and the context here, again and again. Like it's really the same thing that we're talking about, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and you got it. Just keep pushing. I think the base hit is awesome. I love it. Take the base hit, like build that confidence, and you'll trade it again, and then see how you do, and trade it again after that. How can you get better with your trade management, and do this like 5, 6, 7 times, and it's better to I find is better to just rewind it, and you can just click back on the blue line up here on the timeline, back to where you want to go, and then play it forward again, and then hit the single, or maybe come in with 2 lots, hit the single, try to get a runner, and how to trail your loss, and you'll learn it really well, really quickly for this setup, because you're at 4 times speed up here. You'll probably be up at 8 or 16 times after a few times, and then but you're building that muscle memory in those reps, and then you'll get this one down so well, and then it's not going to be the same for another one. It's going to be similar, but it's not going to be the same. But now you've got so much more experience,
Yeah, I appreciate that, because I recall this trade now. I think I made a notation in my narrative that it actually went further short. If I would have held after that little liquidity that was traded through. It dropped. I can't remember the number. Yeah, 66.86. I think it went down to, I don't know. It was probably another 10, 15 ticks after that. So it was definitely a base hit, and I'm happy with it. But could have held out for more. But
yeah. But that's fine. I mean, you're in replay mode, and that's the place to play many hands over and over and over again, and or whatever analogy you want to use, flight simulator, or virtual racer. Take that corner again. All right, rewind, do it again, until you kind of get it right, and then go to another track and take another corner, and again and again, and God, I mean, like I just looked at Lowe's shared his replay journal here. Here, look at how many replay or trays he's taken in here, right? So he's got 128. So amazing, and it's kind of struggled here in the beginning, you can see, but obviously knows what he's looking for in here, again and again, anyway, that's not so much a comment for you, Kevin. I think it's more for everybody. But good stuff, and great to have you in the program, and posting in here. So happy to finally get to you today.
Yeah,
Hey,
no
Kev,
worries.
say one.
I really appreciate your comment there on the Discord about the support too, because if I could cut and paste or copy and paste inside that journal thing, I would use that solely and just put all my context in there and just post copy and paste into Discord. So I appreciate you escalating that with those guys.
Yeah, that was great. It didn't take them very long. And then I immediately came back and go, can we get rich text format in there? And they're like, yeah, that's going to take a little longer. So,
Yeah,
but
well, that's cool. I appreciate it.
yeah. No, thanks for the suggestion. Trading's Life, you had something there you wanted to mention?
Yeah, I just wanted to say to Kev, I don't know if he wanted to add his delta, because if you would have had the delta on there, I'm pretty sure the delta would have been negative on the side or red. That would have gave you like a reassurance that price would have kept going down to keep you in the trade. Next time you do
Oh, do you
replay,
mean the CVD?
huh? Not the CVD, the
Do you mean this?
delta
Delta
on the side
bars.
Oh,
where you have your COB, your volume bars. You just add. You can
yeah.
add the
Oh,
CVD as well.
delta in here, delta in the column.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
you know that would give you the reinsurance price would have kept going down, because I'm sure the way it kept going down, I'm pretty sure the delta would have been negative.
Yeah. Okay.
Just,
Yeah, I'll
just
give that a shot. I haven't used it before.
Another thing, Kev, I mean, just to mention in here, I just encourage people not to put anything on their charts. Like having the delta column doesn't really bother me too much. I think that's fine. Trading is life, but like you've got the high of day, low of day. You've got the POC. You've got looks like some VWAPs in here, and I just think that they can be distracting. Just focus on these four elements here.
Okay.
And that context will come back again and again. I mean, like trading is life. Like it took you a little while to get over like dumping your VWAP. You were a VWAP trader earlier, you took it off your chart. You went in deep into these four elements, and your context now is highly elevated. You know what you're looking for, and very confident for entry when you see it. And that's kind of where we want to go, and not be distracted by other things.
It might be easier for me to give up coffee, but I'll give it a try, Bruce.
I know. It's a tough one, but this was actually the number one thing that was the hardest to get started with the pilot program. Everyone came in with all their other stuff, and I kept on saying no, just take it all off. You don't need the distraction. You just need to understand your key level and then these elements, because they will be there. Then later, you can bring in those other things. I think that's fine. But make sure that when you do bring in those other things, make sure that you're doing your studies with them, because they might screw you up. You'd have to go back into replay mode again and do 20 trades with a VWAP or whatever it is, because now you're adding another element in, and it's another thing that can trip you up. That's what we want to avoid, is getting tripped up.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see the distraction. So the other thing I wanted to ask you guys, and this is around the table, is how do you guys feel in your journaling about actually writing your emotions, like chest stress and muscle tightness, or that kind of thing, like how your body's reacting while you're in this trade or attempting to trade or getting out of a trade? Like, does that help you guys? I've heard mixed feelings about that.
I would like to feel this one. I've worked with the trading psychologist for a long time. His name is several actually. Currently, I work with Sean Sawyer. I keep an intraday worksheet, and to a random alarm, I don't know when it's going to go off. That thing pings, and I turn around to my other desk and I write. And it's not about my trade. It's not about levels. It's not about the market. It's about what I am feeling, right? I score how I feel. I write down some emotions and I ask myself some questions. And it's hard. It's hard to be honest with yourself too in those moments. And it's absolutely one of the best things that I've done in my trading journey.
Hmm.
And don't do it if you're gonna give it a go. Don't do it on your keyboard. Get just pen and
Yeah.
paper it. If you're interested, I could give you a rough template or something I use.
Yeah. Yeah,
But it
definitely.
truly is for me. It has been game changing.
Cool. Yeah, it's something I want to explore because I definitely get just, I started getting headaches because of some of the, chest tightness or clenching of teeth or
This
whatever.
this is a
And
crazy profession we have chosen,
Mhm.
and it comes with all those uh all those hits, the dopamine and the serotonin and all the same stuff that comes with addiction and gambling, and
Yeah,
it's there's a lot there. So
cool.
mindfulness, grounding, intraday journaling, an after action review, all these things I personally believe are extremely helpful. I do it with real pen and paper. There's something about a real pen and a real piece of paper that is not the same as a keyboard and a folder in
Mhm.
Windows.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, definitely could use that template if you want to share. I appreciate it.
Will do.
Thank you.
Trading is life. Do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, just gotta treat it like a job. Because before, when I first started, I was sitting at my desk from 8 o'clock, and I would not get up till 4 o'clock. And it just leads to over trading and just fatigue. Once you get up, you're mentally distraught. So what I did now, like I spoke to Shark and I got an emotional notebook. And when I'm tempted to get it in the trade, I just write how I'm feeling. And I have an alarm. I set my alarm off. 11:30, my alarm go off. I know it's time for me to get up, take a break, go to lunch. I take a half an hour, do what just anything to do that has nothing to do with trading. Give my
Hmm.
mind a chance to reset. I come back around 12:30 and I'm there till 2. 2 o'clock is my punch out time. And that gives me a little bit more energy, unlike
Yeah.
you, I have small kids to deal with, my kids and
Yeah.
be attentive to the wife because after 4 o'clock, I used to be done. All I just wanted to take a shower and go to bed. But you
Yeah.
just got to give yourself that mental break, and like you said, how you feeling, just write it down. And Doc sent me that template and it works, just write how you feeling. Like, oh my God, at 10:15, I see this setup, I'm starting it. And then as time go by, you start feeling at ease and it doesn't bother you as much. But you
Yeah.
definitely need to be in sight with your emotions because like you said, I start feeling stuff. I started drinking 2, 3 cups of coffee before noon.
Yeah. That's me. All
I
right. Well,
think
cool,
pen
man.
and paper works like a download. You're
Yeah.
downloading it, you're getting it out and out of you so you can get back to work without it.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I use a Kindle Scribe. So it's similar to pen and paper. It's still digital, but my handwriting's horrendous, so the scribe does a great job of translating it back into
I
English.
got to take that break. I think that's what helped me the most. Just take a 30-minute break, 45, like you at work, they force you to take a
Yeah.
lunch. I just and do anything else that has nothing to do with trading. Give your mind a chance to reboot.
Cool. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd just like to add it because I'm not really into the psychology stuff too much, but I would add in. Well, I have always said, like, look, can you take the setup or not? And if it presents and you recognize it and you know it, you take it. You know you have an edge because you've studied it. You've taken it many, many times over. There's times when, you know, the market is just kind of off, and you know, you don't feel good, and maybe it's you, but maybe it's the market. It doesn't really matter. If you, the way I see it, like, just my little 2 cents worth here. I'm not like as good as Shark there with the going into the depth, but it's like that, you know, that jump shot or whatever, you just don't feel quite right. You know, you're not hitting them. Then just step back, you know, take a break, and watch a little bit, or downsize, or, you know, something, because like you're just not in tune with it, and you want to be in tune. When those days come, like, you're just like, why can't it always be like this? Well, it's the market's never going to be like that. You know, it's going to happen just once in a while. But you get kind of a feel for it, and when you feel that, Kev, I think that's really insightful to recognize it, and overcome it. Like, oh, I don't have anything to worry about. You know, through repetition. Or maybe like, you know what? I got stopped out a few times on this. It's not working. Something's off here. There's the setup, but it's just not working. I need to go back and restudy it, and take a look at it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Bruce. Thanks.
Yeah, I think that's it, guys. We're like 10 minutes over our boy, you know, 2 hours. Geez. Yeah, Dan needs to drop off too. And anyway, guys, a great session. I wanted to cover a lot of you guys for a while, so I'm glad that we got there. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, coaches, for all the great work, and great feedback in here as well, and helping out, like, in the room. You know, Shark, you mentioned it, how Axia futures, like, the number one thing that they find is not setups and all this stuff, because they all know that. It's collaboration, and bouncing ideas around, being around in that environment. And, you know, we're retail traders. We don't have that. This is as close as we're going to get. You know, the back and forth, the feedback is going to be really, really, you know, key, I think. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for the great content, and we'll catch up with you next week then, in the Bookmap Academy room.
Thanks, Bruce. Thanks, Ian.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Bruce. Good night,
participating,
everybody.
everybody.
All right,
Appreciate
good
it.
night, everyone. Yeah, take care. Bye.